Hi, this is Dee at Aloha Astro. Let's take a look at the moon transiting Aries to Taurus June 20th, 2025, which happens to be the summer solstice. Moon transiting Aries to Taurus Friday, June 20th, highlights the importance of caring for yourself so that you have enough energy to share with others on this summer solstice, as the moon joins Chiron in Aries, and together they form a minor grand trine aspect pattern, with the sun moving from the mutable air sign of Gemini to the cardinal water sign of Cancer, conjunct Jupiter in Cancer and Mars in Virgo, as well as square aspects with Mercury in Cancer and Pluto retrograde in Aquarius. While Mars in Virgo still urges taking necessary action to address needs or solve problems, and the Sun conjunct Jupiter in Cancer emphasizes nurturing growth and improvement, the two Yod aspect patterns that tag Mars, Pluto, Sun, Jupiter, and Saturn conjunct Neptune in Aries, while the Sun and Jupiter are squaring Saturn and Neptune, indicate that you should not take anything lightly, because patterns can be set which create foundations or become habits that might be difficult to get out of at a later date. And avoiding something you should take care of soon can compound, like interest, into something larger later. A second minor grand trine involving Uranus and Taurus, Saturn and Neptune and Pluto can help you enter a detached state of time out and introspection, so you can find the point of power, peace, and inner calm you need to make the best decisions, free of fear, drama, or guilt. As the moon shifts from the fire to the earth element this evening, and the sun moves from the air to the water element, the feeling of being in flux while viewing a turning point is amplified by the lights switching signs and elements on the summer solstice, the longest day of the year, before the hours of daylight begin to decrease as we move toward the autumnal equinox, followed by the winter solstice. Tonight is the ideal time to pause, relax, honor yourself, be grateful for the abundance of life and nature, and contemplate on what having a healthy balance of work and play and give and take in your relationships would look and feel like. If you are having a ritual or ceremony tonight, call on all the elements to charge your intentions. So we definitely have all elements at play right now. We have some fire, we have some earth, we have some air, and we have water. Everything is present and accounted for, and we have basically the same two yods that have been in place for the last several days, as the moon has been transiting Aries, and now we're winding down and moving into Taurus in the evening. The two minor grand trines, which also were in place with Chiron and the Sun and Jupiter and Mars, is now joined by the moon, and this one's going to be hanging around for a while. Pluto, Uranus, and Saturn, Neptune, because they are all slow moving, and they are going to remain within the right math to basically keep creating that little pattern of transpersonal, transgenerational planets that are really pushing things into the future in a very serious way. But for the day, even though there are things to seriously consider at this point in time that may have an effect upon your future, and you may feel a sense of duty or obligation to take an action or make a decision to lean into growth, personal growth, or maybe even pursue a life purpose or perhaps serious partnership, or the dissolution of something. It's a moment in time where what the moon is focusing on most is you, and you being in the proper state. And if you are in a tizzy and you're running on fumes from all the high energy output of the last 2 days, then this square between Mercury and the moon in Chiron and the square between Pluto and the moon in Chiron, uh, you're going to probably make poor decisions, things that you might regret later. So do take the time out and think very carefully about things and attempt to do so without an emotional charge around things. We do have harmony right now between the moon and the sun, and they are the planets that are making sign shifts. Shifting energy can literally unsettle you and feel different, but it also gives you the opportunity to gain a new perspective. That way, if you need to change your mind or want to change your mind, you may be able to. But take your time and pamper yourself a little bit and focus your intentions upon what would be your ideal situation. What would be best for you at this time for your overall health and well-being. All right, enjoy this solstice. Get out and look at the night sky, have a fire, get together with friends, or have your own private, quiet time to have a ceremony and set your intentions. Take care, and I'll be back again tomorrow.